Are we on?
Don't know. I think so.
We're fucking on.
So
on.
For episode 38. I was looking at this the other day, and there's all these folks that have got like episode 211. And I feel like it's like when you order checks for the bank account, you can just start at whatever number you want. I don't know anybody's got 211.
Maybe that's what we should have done. Yeah. If we get to 211, like the real way,
10 years from now,
I'm gonna be so
I didn't do the
exhausted.
I mean, as evidence of the fact that we're never getting there. I mean, here's episode 38. We've got a toss up. Yeah. Unreal. We've got a toss up of topics, which we've discussed for about 15 seconds. And this is, by the way, easier when we have guests, because usually we just offload we offload the work to them, make them talk about something. So it's a little show. We've had
4 in a row.
4 in a row.
We're out of practice.
I feel like it was 3 in a row, but Ron wouldn't know. He didn't listen to any of it anyway.
It was 4. It's fine. You don't have to pay attention.
I just showed up.
You don't even have to turn up.
That's how good I am.
You're welcome. Yeah. Episode 38. We don't know what we're doing. That's pretty normal. It was a toss-up between learning or strategy. I think that's safety strategy and potentially just learning. I'm going to vote for strategy on this one, and I'll think about it while I talk about who's behind me, I guess. It's Guttermouth, which I've never seen Guttermouth, but they're playing in LA where Ron and I are supposed to go have fun without Dave.
Supposed to go or are going?
We are going.
Well, are going for now, unless they cancel. You know, people have been putting petitions together. Dropkick Murphys bailed because apparently the guy...
They weren't on the bill, though.
It's just, they played Denver, smoked too much weed, and said, we're not doing this anymore.
That's it.
It could be. Anyway, we're going. Without Dave. Guttermouth is there. They've been around. I mean, it's probably high school or something like that. But they were on all the what's the compilation? Punkorama. Discs that I think Epitaph, if I remember it right, put out. There was always Guttermouth on there. So I don't know that I've ever owned a Guttermouth album, but they're on all the Punkoramas.
They're cool, man. That's a really cool Victoria Bitter guitar there going on as well.
Anyway, they're going to be a trip. It'll be cool to see those guys. So
cool.
No tattoos, man. It's summertime, and I've kind of given up. I've just said, look, I got to go to the pool, get some sun. Can't be rocking around with tattoos in a pool filled with children's urine or whatever the hell's in there. So well, wait, that's a wintertime activity. So more to follow.
There you go.
It's fair.
Ronimal.
I have the band Chiodos behind me.
Fucking guy every time.
They just
not even a word.
It is a word. I don't know if it's a real word though. Is Guttermouth a word? Like
it is, as far as you know. Yeah.
Oh, fuck you. No,
sounds like a word, not like Chiodos.
20th anniversary of their record All's Well That Ends Well. Fantastic record. I have no new tattoos. I probably won't till next year because the man. I don't know. I just won't.
Because of the man.
because of the tariffs.
Yeah, that's it. Because of the tariffs. Because of
that
woke.
ink is...
I think.
Thanks, Obama.
DEI. But yeah, you've got Everclear behind you.
I do. I noticed that on the bass. So
at first I thought that was Henry Rollins, but
so early stuff is sort of close to punk, and then I guess more alternative rock. But But Everclear are doing an Australian tour November, so I'm going to see Everclear on the 28th of November. Sparkle and Fade, like
Nice.
to about half a mile up from the office. So yeah, nice little West Coast band, Portland band. So I thought, well, we can stretch the boundaries of punk. But they were cool. Everclear, a cool band, 90s band.
Yeah. That's
and
awesome.
there's a lot of 90s band activity going on this this goofy,
because we're old. And so even like, yeah, all these albums are like 30 years old now.
Yeah. I think we're old.
On a good day.
You're old.
Years old.
Your mom's old.
That's also true. Also
doesn't stop you.
You're damn right it doesn't.
Doesn't even slow him down.
So strategy.
Yeah.
Do you need strategy and safety? What is strategy? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, Dave, this was, I mean, it was sort of your idea.
Yeah, so I guess it's just kind of like this idea that, you know, organizations have 1 year, 3 year, 5 year safety improvement strategies, and they go in and they talk about leadership and risk and management systems, and they have these big programs sort of established and sort of get on with their safety work, right? And I guess the question that you asked, Ryan, is kind of a good one. Like, do I need a strategy, right?
No, because you don't need a safety person. So
how useful is it to dedicate? How useful is it to dedicate a whole bunch of resources to doing a bunch of planned safety activity, maybe as opposed to other things we talk about, which is dynamic, adaptive management of work on a day-to-day basis? Like, so I guess that's a question. Like, I guess this whole idea of strategic safety management, where do you guys, what do you guys think around that?
I think I don't know. I'm not I was talking with someone about this the other day. I'm not very inspirational or uplifting, apparently. So
apparently, like, you've been told, someone told you that?
Yeah, well, yeah.
You're kind of a bummer, man.
You
professionally or personally? Let's like
no, it's sort of half joking, but if you've been at a conference apparently where I've spoken, it's not always just sunshine and rainbows. I'm kind of talking about like heavier things apparently. I don't know. Or just seem grumpy. I don't I didn't ask.
Cranky all the time.
I know. I don't fucking know. And as soon as somebody told me, I told him to fuck right off.
That'll show him.
Yeah. Point made.
Checkmate, bitch.
Yeah.
So where I think this idea of safety strategies kind of falls flat is that very often it is divorced from any other strategy. So whether or not you think strategy is worthwhile, we'll save that for another day. But in the organization, there's sort of capital S strategy for how we're going to run the damn place.
Yeah.
And then to come up, like, you know, you don't look at purchasing, you know, and they're like, okay, here's our acquisitions, or here's how we're going to buy supplies, purchasing for the next 3 or 5 years. It all has to support corporate strategy. If you're acquiring or merging with other companies, that's a big capital S strategy decision-making process. And so when safety lives divorced from that, I think calling it an uphill battle is a rosy way to look at it. I think it's sort of an ignorant way to look at it, because it just imagines that this lives in a separate part of everybody's mind as something important. I think if it doesn't support capital S strategy, I don't know, go find a different hobby. And there's the show.
Good night, everybody.
See, there's my uplifting motivational.
There's an episode titled Jesus Land.
I'm so bummed now. Jesus.
Everything is wrong and dumb. You're welcome. Sorry.
I think you're right there though. I mean, because like I think fundamentally the organization hiring the safety professional or the safety organization is saying that, hey, as part of our achieving our ultimate goal, one of our kind of enabling objectives in this is we don't want to kill anybody along the way. Like we don't want to leave a trail of bodies behind us while we're making a
How
bunch of
else are
money.
we going to wade through the blood of injured workers,
Exactly.
Ron? Think of the
Um,
children.
and so the question that they're asking in terms like that the organization would be asking in terms of like creating a safety strategy isn't like, hey, just like how do we not like kill people? It's like, hey, how do we get to where we want to go without killing people? Right? Like, so it has to feed. Yes, you need to talk about like whatever your definition of safety is and all that. Like that's a part of it. But if that's the only part of it, you've just created a new constraint for the organization to solve, right? Rather than enabling
That's
them.
well, you don't need a safety professional, so you may, if you've got
Yeah.
one, at least give them something to solve. But it
We've done
it's
36
a
episodes since Ron
it's
said
yeah.
no one needs a safety professional.
I don't even think I really said that.
You 100%
100%.
explicitly will pull the tapes. I know you
Yeah,
didn't listen
in
to
your
it, but Dave and I have.
in
We
your
heard you.
tier one Sydney Decker fucking lecture mode, just fuck off all safety people.
It is a good point though, Ron. I think there,
That we don't need safety professionals?
yeah, not that one. But this sometimes sort of creation of problems to solve. And it's fair, I think, for folks who have the pen in an organization to be curious about whether you have a fucking plan. And I think that's what this, you're sort of answering a question that hasn't been asked or hasn't been asked in the way you think. And so you put this big grand strategy together, and really all that folks want to know at a executive or a board level is, do these chuckle fucks have some concept of a plan, as has
I think
been said?
interestingly, I think and with lots of safety activity, thinking about whether it's performative or instrumental, right? Like it's this idea of we've got a strategy, therefore we're doing the right thing, as opposed to what you're saying there, Ben, which is, and even Ron, I guess, half a point you made, about like, do we know where we're going? Like, do we, like, do we? And I think the interesting thing is like, a lot of the things that we talk about on the podcast don't seem to be making their way into organizational strategy, right? Like I don't see pillars of strategies that's about understanding work or, like you said, Ron, like, resolving goal conflicts, in the operation and things like that. We still see all these kind of like pillars of strategy all centered around safety work, right? Like just like we're going to do these 5 new programs, right? We're going to fix this form and we're going to do this. So I think the question, or the reflection is kind of around, if you're going to have a strategy, how do you make sure that it actually makes a difference, right?
Well, and to your point, Dave, most of the things that end up in strategy, safety strategy, aren't really strategic, right? We're gonna implement this That's tactical shit,
I'm
right?
going to fix my
You've
JSA
implemented.
form, right? Like,
Yeah, that is not strategic,
add a new
and so
column
I
to my JSA form.
Yeah.
so I think we're just fucking it
Yeah,
every way
baby.
possible
E-learning
here, right?
inductions, rock and roll.
Yeah. So it's that creeping in of sort of the tactical operational stuff, and then we're just going to call it strategy because, well, I can dashboard it or something. So I don't know. Now I'm convincing myself. I was already convinced maybe this wasn't that useful. Now I'm just getting
Well, I
angrier
think your
about it.
point about procurement before, like the principles around what you're trying to achieve in procurement don't really change, right? Like, it's about quality, cost, reduction in the numbers
Lead
of
time.
vendors, centralization, like all this sort of stuff. So you go, well, procurement now isn't different to procurement 2 years ago, right? Like, and you'll have system deployments and updates to
Sure.
do. We don't need this fanciful big, PowerPoint strategy around that function. So I think the question that I'd have in safety is like, if the principles of safety management don't really change, why why all the effort on PowerPoint, right? Like why all the effort that we go into um, putting all these slides together. And that's where I think it's more performative. It's more to go, we are we're being proactive, we've got a plan, we're making all of these improvements. So stop fucking criticizing us, right? Um,
I think maybe more than anything, if we're talking about strategy, it's the strategy of coordinating deviation, right? So those principles are generally not changing. And yes, we have a plan, and then shit happens and we change the plan. And I think, if I'm an executive, I don't like surprises, especially when they're
you're not
expensive
an executive.
or
Don't worry about it.
it's if I were imagining what it was like to be an executive, and I can only imagine. Um, I've seen on TV what it might be like if
I've
I
seen.
were an executive. I don't want to be surprised by things that cost a lot of money that have impact on safety performance. Uh, so what I'm maybe more interested in is understanding, okay, when things don't go the way that we want, how have we planned to deviate? Because we know we're going to have to. Uh, that would give me, to be clear, not an exact, not even close. But if I were, I would feel a little less heartburn if I could
Yeah.
have a discussion.
So Ron, do you have a safety strategy?
I do.
Is it on power? Is it on?
Should
How many
we?
slides? How many slides is it?
It's
How,
one
how
slide.
many pillars do you have?
Pillars.
Themes,
Well,
elements.
so
it just says um zero
FF,
tolerance.
Just
It's
says
one
listen.
slide,
Listen to
zero
Ron.
FSMM.
tolerance.
It's
Listen to Ron.
FSMM.
It just says listen to Ron. You won't go wrong.
True story. I did get that into one of the. We just had an all hands meeting where I had to do like a presentation of EHS, and that's what I had on there. It's just so we understand
FSMM.
FSMM. Yeah, that's our goal. Um,
FSMM.
no, so when we create, so the way we went about creating our strategy is we started with two things. Number one is like from similar to what we're saying with like procurement, like okay, what are the fundamental principles of environmental health, safety. I'll just do for shorthand here that we want to like, yeah, heart, love. Um,
Feel like we should have asked Ron if he had a strategy first before just bashing on it.
Yeah.
oh no, I don't like no, because I think
I don't
guys,
I don't care.
you
He's
guys are fucking
crying.
stupid anyway.
Can't see him on the video, but
They made me. They made me do it. They made me.
No, no, I did it on my own, bitches.
oh fuck, it's even worse.
No, because I think there's some value to it, but and so let me say this first, and then we can get into like how we made it and all this stuff. Because I think if you have a strategy, and you said this earlier, Dave, about like the 1 year, 3 year, 5 year strategy kind of thing, I think that's pretty close to nonsense. Because my ability to predict how we're going to be and what we're going to be focusing on in 6 months is like questionable. But I think as a
Agreed.
hey, relative to where we want to be as an organization and relative to how I think safety can help us enable that and achieve the goals, like there are some key guiding principles that we're gonna, and the way I think of it,
Are
like
there five of them?
like, no, we're gonna focus on some
Wrong.
things and not focus on other things, right? Like we're going to put emphasis in some areas, which necessary. It's the way I think of strategy is as helping people resolve the trade-offs, right? So like
Yeah.
if you're in a situation where you're trying to, you have a choice. I got to go this way or that way. You have no other information, default in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go. That's the way we sort
Look at
of
this
created our
fucking guy,
strategy,
man.
right? So to me,
Nailed it.
it's a complexity minded strategy that like I can't give you the roadmap, but I can say all else fails, go east. That's kind of the way we're
I thought it was
thinking about
go
it.
west, young man. All I need is
Wow,
some
if Ron
land,
goes
a horse,
west,
and a
he's in
gun.
the
but
ocean.
like it's go west, young man. But if you finish that turn of phrase, it's when the evil goes east. That's what I'm talking about, bitches.
That's right. But I think the point about choice is really important in strategy. And, because you're exactly right. Like, that's what you're sort of doing. You're saying, like, these are the important things. And so, I sort of say sometimes when I think about strategy, I'm sort of saying it's more important the things that you decide not to do as opposed to the things you decide to do. So this idea of strategy where, I saw an organizational safety strategy which had 12 elements, right? And it was just like, we are going to, in the next 12 months, do these 12 things, which is like redo contractor management, declutter
one per month.
system,
I mean, that's like perfect.
Everything I could possibly think of. So it's like, okay, it's not really strategy if you just say do everything, right? Yeah. So like, you kind of, that idea of strategic choice. So it's like, okay, where are we really going to say, hey, this is the lever that we're going to pull on for the next little while, and we think this is going to have the maximum benefit on our organization in terms of kind of like safety capability or capacity, and this is it. And it may not be right, it may not be wrong, but our best guess at this point in time is this is what's going to make the most difference. And I think, I love seeing strategies which are like just one or two things, right? Like at this point in time, yeah, this is East.
And that connect back to, I think, importantly, connect back to the broader strategy for the organization.
Yes.
So again, if I'm saying, look, this is the thing we think Dave's going to pull on his lever for a little bit.
You'll pull on it.
Wait, wow.
Turn off the YouTube at this time.
You might want to limber up.
Pull a hammy.
Yeah.
But I think,
call it whatever you want.
Yeah, to Ron's point, there is some benefit to that. You can't know in 6 months or in a year or in 3 years with any certainty what's going to happen. There is some benefit to the planning.
Yeah.
To an extent. And I think there's a tendency to kind of overdo the planning, overcook that a little bit, but to think about kind of where those tensions might be. Ron, you said, look, when all else fails, I know that this is the guiding principle. So, where do we think those? Yes. Ron's North Star.
Ron's North Star. Come on, guys, we're going to learn. We're not going to blame anymore.
Yeah,
it's the Ron Star.
The Ron.
It's
the porn star.
You push a button in the car.
You want Jeremy?
So I think there is some benefit to that planning or discussing or looking at where the breakdowns might be, because we can't anticipate, some of the areas where we feel weaker.
The planning piece of it, I think, is really important. I agree with that. Like, there's a great quote from Dwight Eisenhower where he says, in preparing for battle, I found that plans are useless, but planning is indispensable. And I love that because, like you're saying, Ben, when you think of what planning does, it starts like a mental simulation of how this is going to go down. So we have an idea in our mind, like what to expect. It helps you kind of prepare for certain things, be ready for it. But if you're also doing it with a group, it helps you get common ground about where you're adapting from or to, right? Yeah. So if we're all, in the heat of it and it's busy and whatnot, and I lose sight of what's going on, I can have an idea of what you guys are going to be doing because we all kind of agreed, hey, we're heading in that direction. So it helps with that kind of adaptation. There was a paper written by a young lad named David Proven about guided adaptability.
I knew it.
So good.
Where he talked about synchronization.
I have it as a bound volume
as one of the principles of guided adaptability, and Dave Woods talks a lot about that too. But that's to me is part of synchronization. Yeah, he might have figured he might have talked about that a few years before. That's fine. But you know what I mean?
Great note taker, though.
Yeah, it's fantastic. He carries bags like nobody's business. But you know what I mean? Like to me, that is part of, it's kind of like an interesting paradox. I think if you do the planning right, the plan it facilitates adaptation.
But something, and I think something else I sort of thought about there, is the idea, like it does legitimize activity to happen in the organization, like as a safety team, like
Oh,
I guess, Ron, even though there is some usefulness of having a safety team and like having a strategy that the organization aligns to and provides resources does legitimize certain activity. So there is good things that I see in organizations in this strategy approach, to connect kind of with your comment, Ben, about integrating with the organizational strategy. One organization I can think of this year sort of had their main theme of their strategy they just called HSE integration, right? And the idea was, we're not going to start creating more safety shit. We're going to move around the organization and embed safety in other business and functional processes. So we're going to go into HR and look at the recruitment process for new leaders and what questions we're asking during the interview process. And we're going to go into supply chain and fix the contractor selection process, and we're going to go into maintenance planning, and we're going to look at the risk processes that they use with their maintenance, and the whole strategy was just about not creating any new safety shit, but going and trying to further embed. But the point about legitimizing is, because it was sort of in a sanctioned strategy, then everyone kind of had to open up their doors to the safety team to kind of come and see how they could embed safety into those processes, right? So kind of did grease the wheels of safety a little bit in the organization, which I thought was really, really cool. I mean, I love that idea of having a safety strategy that doesn't create more safety stuff. Like,
yeah, 100%.
That is the strategy, just overarching strategy. No more stuff.
No more stuff.
And actually, a strategy of less stuff is.
I think it's called decluttering. There's a paper.
I knew it. As soon as I said it, I thought, God, I've teed it up.
Well, I mean, and I think so.
Target,
like in our what's that?
Just such an easy target you gave me there, Ben.
Yeah, just teed it up for you.
I'm here to help. Well, when you've written as many papers as you have, Dave.
Yeah, and
it's a layup.
Tier 2.
There's bound to be.
Nah, probably 4. Probably still 3 or 4.
Oh, come on.
Nope. I'm going with 2. Once you're pioneering, I mean, when you get Dave Woods talking and when people are going, the only people who can sponsor this conference,
the Forge Works,
just freely, it's Forge. I think that's tier 2 minimum.
All right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I just don't want to. I don't want to lose touch with the common folk,
No,
yeah, well,
that ship has sailed.
You're a hero, man. God bless you.
You're Green Day now.
Actually, just
we can't.
Is it you guys that have the double VIP tickets for this Punk in the Park show?
For the air conditioned toilets?
Yeah, 100%.
Is that? Did I
can't be going to some like heated porta potty like a fucking
there's like
a fucking peasant.
There's like general admission, and then there's VIP admission, and then there's like a double VIP category.
No, we're just on the VIP. Yeah,
pretty sure that
you had to like show qualifications
VIP.
as at least a tier 3 to get to that level, and we couldn't meet that.
Couldn't meet it.
Yeah,
it is true though. Ron and I are 100% sellouts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're old at this point.
Air conditioned toilets.
I've been in the front of enough smelly punk shows that air conditioned toilets sounds amazing. I'm gonna skip a hotel and just go shit at the show.
It's gonna be like 100 times fucked it up.
It's like that fucking meme that we're gonna be walking out of our air conditioned toilets, just muttering to ourselves, "Still punk as fuck."
Yeah.
With a Green Day t-shirt.
More punk than me. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's my Guttermouth shirt from '92.
Oh, so good. I'm going to send you a Guttermouth shirt.
Excellent. I want to see what shirt this guy's got. It's a
shag life shirt, I think, is it? Or
yes.
So I had one of these. I had a red shirt like that, and it had I'm talking like 30 years ago. It had like these 4 icons. It had like a dude skateboarding, a dude riding a bike, another dude icon doing something, and then a
lot of dudes,
a doggy style dude like what you've got on your screen.
That's fantastic.
The Guttermouth is so the word in Australia. I don't know what it means over there, but it's just like someone with a lot of sort of swears a lot of profanity. So like,
Yeah,
get your mind out of the gutter,
this guy.
get your mouth out of the gutter. Yeah. So they probably swear a lot. Well, they do swear a lot. That's
Same.
bad. Swearing's bad. Safety's bad.
Safety's bad.
Safety's bad. Okay.
Safety make money. Okay.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, we went off the rails.
Wait, that didn't take much. Well, our strategy is falling apart here.
Yeah.
No
But it
plan
goes
survives.
emergence, right?
Contact.
Like how'd your strategy cope with that little
Yeah, I don't think this is a good advertisement for emergence right now.
I don't know. Feels pretty appropriate.
I don't know what is then.
Your mom.
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ.
Speaking of feels appropriate.
Yeah. All right. So strategy. So what's the big answer? Do we spend our time do we spend our time in strategic planning processes for safety? Like should we spend our time in those processes?
I say yes. Like,
of course you do, because you're a safety guy with a PowerPoint slide.
He already did.
Yeah. 100%.
I don't want to undo it now.
No, because I think there is value in
staying in the air-conditioned porta potty instead of getting out there and helping people do their work.
Yeah, exactly. But isn't that a fucking strategy? Like, because what we're trying, what a
How do I do
strategy does
work?
is it's a coordination activity. It's synchronization. Again, I think someone wrote that in a fucking paper. Like how do we?
Familiar.
If it were up to me, if I was the only one in the organization that needed to do anything, then yeah, I would get out and do work. I don't need to write anything on anything. But I since I have to communicate,
I'm not writing anything on anything.
Since I have to communicate this to other people and I need to have them do other things in coordination with me, like I think having a strategy and agreeing on, okay, here's the direction we're going to go makes some sense.
Nice.
I goddamn right. It's fucking nice.
Yeah. Just the rules guy, man.
Yeah.
It's in the strategy. Fucking do this. I said.
But the strategy, though, like the key thing, though, is it can't be like a hard and fat. It can't become a rule. Like the strategy has to be like, okay, here's where we're going to go right now with what we know, but we got to be flexible enough to adjust as conditions change, right? So the strategy is not set in stone. In some ways, like the strategy, it's not something you just decide and then you go. It like emerges over time. Yeah, we're going to set a direction, but like a la Edgar Schein, you set a direction, you have an adaptive move, where you take a step, you move in a direction, and then you see, okay, what did we learn? And then adjust. So it's this constant like cycle of, acting, reflecting, acting, reflecting. And I think that's
wayfinding
development.
It's a wheel.
Navigating or what?
It's a wheel.
Circular.
You can get a pill for that if it's too flexible.
Well, Ron, I think some of that speaks again to the confusion about strategy with just the doing all this other stuff. Strategy is not meant to be, well, in my way of thinking anyway, set in stone, right? It is this sort of set of guidance in some frame of time. We're going to revisit it again, but on our way toward accomplishing some of what that strategy hopes for us, it is that constant course correction, right? There are things that knock us off, and
I think that's an important point, Ben. I think like if you're in an organization and you're doing this whole 3-year, 5-year kind of plans, like it's a bit like weather forecasting, right? Like I think if you look at the 7 to 10 day weather forecast, it's like about 30% accurate, right? And even when you do like OKRs, what they say is like if you think about the next 4 quarters in your business, you're going to have kind of like 90% confidence of what you're going to do in the next 12 weeks, the next quarter. And then in the 4 to 6 months, your confidence level in what you're actually going to be facing and focused on drops to like 50%. And by the time you get even to the 4th quarter of the year, it's like less than 20 or 30%,
Right.
confidence. And it's like the weather. Like I think, what is it? Like 70% of 7 to 10 day weather forecasts are wrong. So I think that
I think we
idea
have
of
to
like,
normalize confidence
yeah,
intervals on
don't
things
sit
again.
there and try to plan anything longer than 12 months in front of you, right? Unless you're doing like a major capital project that's like a 10-year infrastructure build and you really want to think deliberately, but then your context is a bit more set. But if your context isn't set like that, then, be a bit cautious of going, here's our 5-year strategy, right? Like,
But back to your example, embed. I know I can't remember what you said, which is
I was
quite typical.
who's in
But
bed?
you were the example that you gave of
Me.
embedding this thing in these other processes in bed. Yes. Uh, you could do that for 12 months. That's fine.
Yeah, sure.
It's
Ron can.
those it's the steps on the way
Fair.
there
That's fair.
that become less strategic anyway. So we get all
Yeah.
wrapped around the axle about
Yeah.
long-term planning and really get the one or two big things on paper where you go, look, this is our focus.
Totally.
And
Now,
I think a key aspect of that, of what you're talking about with the whole like course correction and everything, is a lot of people will frame that as deviation from the strategy, which is inherently bad. But what we're actually seeing is what happens when our strategy hits the reality of the work environment. And so, that's why this has to be like a feedback loop with course correction, with, adjustment over time. As conditions change, we can adjust with it. Your strategy has to have some flexibility there. Otherwise,
yeah.
you're just going to keep hitting the same wall of reality every time.
Or we're
You
going to
can do that.
define shit into success, right? Like you're going to make
yeah.
everything look like it met the strategy. And I think it's a feature, not a bug, to have that assurance function of saying, this is where we were aiming. Here's how we know it wasn't quite right. This is what we've done to correct. That's a
Yeah, I think
way cooler story to tell.
And I think Ron, like in that first slide of your strategy deck, you have that, like cycle, and you go, we're going to plan, do, check, act around this baby, like continuously, kind of.
Wait, I got to write that down. One second. That's gold.
It's plan to study.
EDCA, like you just like,
PDSA.
and I'm
Yeah.
just for the record, um, bit of a joke.
Yep. Now all the quality.
Do you think
people are
anybody
coming for
down here
Dave.
didn't think we were?
I don't know.
Yeah. He got worried. There's going to be a bunch of like quality assurance folks listening.
How dare you?
Out of our 9 listeners
in strategy, but but the actual
Their Deming shirts.
the
coming
original
after
Deming,
Stewart. That's a Stewart.
Plan, do, study, act, I think is really kind of cool. Like, plan, do, observe, course correct.
Should we come up with our own?
Our own what?
Own acronym.
4 questions.
Our own cycle. Plan, we'll have to call it something. If we could make it spell punk or PRS in there somewhere. We'll think on it.
We'll just form a little safety and health improvement team and sort it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent.
That's the way to do it.
And the acronym for that one's good.
The Coalition for the Liberation of Itinerant Tree Dwellers.
What are we talking?
Oh God. He's got all the acronyms.
Good,
the Safety and Health Improvement Team is the shit.
That's a good movie, that one.
Yeah.
What movie is that? I don't know what movie that is. Why did it get really quiet? This is gold.
He doesn't know either. He just
Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, okay, yeah. Nice.
Oh,
I love it. Like, it's a good movie. I have no idea what it is.
It's where am I? Early. All these, just for the record, all these fucking podcasts are like 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. in the morning for me. So
you whine.
You fuckers
had your McMuffin or whatever that was.
I did.
What do you call it?
Oh,
is that what they call them there? Sausage McMuffin?
You're a sausage.
Excellent.
It's a muffin. Bit of Macca's for breakfast.
Perfect.
A bit of what?
Macca's.
Macca's.
Macca's?
That's Mickey D's.
Yeah, I've
An
never heard
Australian.
it called that before.
Really?
Okay.
Well, it's Australian. That's
Yeah.
why. Geez,
Yeah.
broaden your horizons a little
Yeah,
bit.
Jeez, you know
wow. Your privilege is showing.
yeah, it's like
Oh, I'm sorry, America first.
America. It's like,
Yeah.
is there any other countries?
Yeah, we're gonna tariff the shit out of Macca's, I'll tell you that right now.
Tell you.
Until it becomes, we're gonna rename that Maca-Erica. No, that doesn't work. Never mind. We'll edit that out. Don't worry.
It's terrible. I don't want to belabor the point here, boys. I think we very nearly solved it.
Oh, yes.
Our
Well and truly
strategy
solved.
was.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, if not, let me know.
There's at least 3 or 4 minutes of good advice in the last the last best part of an hour.
So wait, like coming up or
Oh, well, I said 3 or 4. No, I think over the last hour or so, I think there's probably 3 or 4 minutes of good advice.
there's a McNugget in there or two.
Sure.
That's called a callback.
You're a McNugget.
So look, it's by the time this comes out, if people haven't planned for Punk Rock Safety Field Trip number 2, which is sort of not,
Get that in your
feel like
strategy.
it's kind of a half-ass field trip since Dave won't be there. But we'll call it a field trip nonetheless. Punk
Should
in the
be there.
Park, LA.
What is that? October or something?
Is it
Some
like
weekend in October.
early October?
Yeah. I'm going to
It's
call it 4th
like no, it's mid-October.
No, it's
No,
early.
What is it?
It's 4th and 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it is early October. What the fuck do I know? Not.
Ron won't
Well,
be
you
there.
don't-
Like Ron will turn up like halfway through the day, right? Like maybe
2 weeks later
maybe.
at the pier.
You're like, no,
Sam-
but guys, I left early. I left early today.
Yeah,
I
I
got
left
here
at
an hour
fucking
later.
7 or 8. I didn't have a McMuffin.
Fucked if
You
I
know,
don't.
like
I
because
left
I was
an hour early and I
dedicated.
got here an hour late. Fuck.
Is that the day we missed
That's the
Bad Cop,
bad cop. That's
Yeah,
the day
yeah.
when Ron said,
Yeah,
I
you
left
were like, there's this one band I'm so
Dave didn't.
excited to see.
Dave didn't
Oh,
miss
that's
it.
the one we missed. Yeah, Dave got to see him when he
I
got
got to
the
see
whole
it.
fucking line.
Dave went through the VIP line.
Just
Yes,
the,
he did.
just
Guess who gets to go through the VIP line this time?
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Punk
Being
as
Ron.
fuck.
Being punk as fuck.
Air conditioned
Punk as.
air conditioned bathrooms at a punk show.
I'm never
Yes.
leaving. Just going in there, hanging out for a little bit.
Headphones on the shitter. Just
So fucking good. We get our own bar in there, I think.
In the
I would have-
restrooms?
in the
No. In the tent, we're in a tent. We get shade.
Somehow I still get hit with a can inside the
Oh yeah.
air conditioned restroom.
I'm gonna throw the can
I'm gonna throw a can from here.
for old time's sake.
I'm gonna air task that. I'm gonna go on Fiverr or something and find at least 20 dudes that can throw cans at you.
Throwing cans at me.
$5 each.
Worth
How do we
it.
know it's him? Oh, you'll know.
You know. You know.
Just look for the fucking knob. All right.
Solved it,
Cool, boys. All right.
Well done.
I'm gonna stop this.
Bye.